everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Micah, and I have about an hour before I have to leave to take my son to his doctor's appointment. And I spent this morning pulling a bunch of supplies and stuff for a Happy Mail swap that I'm doing on one of the Facebook groups that I'm on. And while I was doing that, I kept coming across different supplies that I really want to use in this journal with you guys. And so I just started pulling stuff out. I got so excited and I was like, okay, I have about an hour. I'm going to film and then get it uploading while we're at the doctor. So that's what I'm doing. To recap, this is part 2 of the Junk Journal Beginners on a Budget series. Yesterday, we created this cover for our journal out of a pasta box, less than a quarter yard of fabric, and less than 1 sheet of scrapbook paper. So all told, this entire cover cost us about 75 cents. Yesterday, as you can see, I started folding this before the glue was completely dry, so it buckled a little bit. Don't do that. It's fine, and it will be fine. But it just doesn't look quite as nice as I would like it to. So, but for now, that's what we've got. So I'm just kind of bending this all the way so it's nice and pliable. I got some fuzzies on there because that's how we roll. Okay, so this is what we've got. Today, we're going to start on the signatures. I'm not entirely sure how far we will get just based on time and how well I do with this, but we're at least going to start. Okay, so first I'm going to show you some of the supplies that I've been pulling out this morning. First, so in our signatures, a lot of times I will use upholstery thread. That's what this is. You can't tell because this is, I've had this for so long and been using it for so long that the little thing on the end has just come off. This is Coats and Clark. I got it at Walmart. I don't know, a couple of dollars. But I thought even more budget conscious is embroidery thread. You can get these at Walmart. I want to say maybe 35 cents a piece. If you get them at Joann's or somewhere like that, with a coupon, you can get these for next to nothing. And we're not even going to use this whole thing. I wouldn't think anyway, but we'll jump off that bridge later. Okay. So there's that. Next, I pulled out my coffee dyed folders. As I told you guys in a previous video, I've been kind of on a coffee dye stint lately. So this is the stuff I've been coffee dyeing. First, I've got some doilies. These are from the Dollar Tree. You get a whole package for $1. This is not even an entire package worth. I haven't finished coffee dyeing them yet. But there's, I think, 4 sizes from this tiny one all the way up to this bigger one. And so I want to say there's like 30 in the package. So less than a nickel a piece for those. Okay. This is composition book paper. Okay. As you can see, this one's got some writing on it. This composition book that I pulled these out of is one from my kids that from like a previous school year that I keep them because they're always looking for a piece of paper to draw on or whatever. Any of you other ones with children, I am sure have a very similar experience and you might have a very similar stash. If not, you can get composition books at Walmart for I think 50 cents every day. So that's these, and they coffee dye really nicely actually, and then you don't have to worry about folding them differently because they're already one big piece. So there's those. This one is just a mix of lots of random papers. There's some of the composition book papers that are ripped or torn, or, were so damaged on one side that I really didn't think it was worth even saving. So that's some of these. This paper right here is part of I've already cut part of it off, but a pad I got at IKEA. I don't know. I don't go to IKEA very often. The closest one is like an hour and a half away. but we were buying some furniture, and I, of course, have to look for other stuff while we're there. But I bought this whole pad at IKEA for, I want to say it was like $4, but it's like this thick. So this is part of it. I just coffee dyed that one. What else do we have in here? That's some regular notebook paper. It's been coffee dyed. This is, I went back to school about 5 years ago to finish my accounting degree. And this pad is left from one of my classes. And so I've been taking it out. This is a really nice thick paper. And it's nice. I've got the grid on one side and then the lines on the other. So I've been coffee dyeing that a little bit. And that's a really nice paper. And basically my point with that is, with these papers is, look everywhere. You know, you can coffee dye or not coffee dye, depending on the aesthetic that you want. Any piece of paper you get your hands on. I personally don't get a whole lot of junk mail. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I'm not a big shopper, or unless it's at thrift stores for junk journal supplies, I'm just saying. But, or if it, we don't have credit cards and things like that. So I'm not sure if that's why, but I really, really don't. I get maybe 4 or 5 pieces of junk mail a week is really it. With the exception of like the flyers that come with like local restaurant coupons and stuff. Because we get a big stack of those every week. So anyways, but like I said, raid your stash. Find, the notebooks that your kids have left 2 pages and, unmolested, I guess is the best word, that they've not been drawn on or scribbled on or anything. Yard sales, thrift stores. I see notebooks at Goodwill all the time. Varying sizes, varying styles. I've seen some dot grid ones recently, some regular ones. I got this. This is a columnar pad that I've taken apart and coffee dyed. I got this at Goodwill. This is only part of it. This is maybe half of it. I got the whole pad at Goodwill for 69 cents, and then it was 50% off. So 35 cents for the whole pad. And then this paper at the back is from a bookkeeping notebook that I got at a yard sale for a dime, maybe. I got it in a whole stack of other stuff, of other papers and stuff, for like, I don't know, a quarter or 50 cents. So maybe a dime for the whole of this notebook. And I have been working on coffee dyeing that. These are book pages. As a junk journaler and someone who consistently takes books apart, let me show you. Here we go. Here's one. Here's my correspondence journal. This is an idea I got from Gail, of course. Because really, guys, I should probably just like put a link in my description box. 85% of what I do is inspired by Gail most of the time in some way, shape, or form. So anyways, this is my correspondence journal. It's not very full yet because I haven't done a lot in it. But some of these pages are from this book where I have done this as an altered book. See, this is stuff from swaps and things like that. But as you can see, I don't know if you can see there, where I've torn pages out to make it a little thinner. And honestly, I probably could even tear a few more out. But for now, I think it's fine. But so doing that, you end up with a lot of book pages. I'm going to set this up. Put this back. So this is just recycling. And I've coffee dyed these just, why not? Seemed fun at the time. I like the way it looks. And this is just either plain copy paper, or if you watched my thrift store haul video, I showed you some computer stationery that I got that had a rose background, and I told you I was going to coffee dye it, and I did. And I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. It didn't bring out the roses at all, but it's very, very subtle, but I do like it. It's pretty. So there's my coffee dyed stuff for our signatures. Now, I need a drink. I'm sorry. My throat still hurts from this weekend. Oh, sorry. Okay. These are some scrapbook papers that I pulled out that I thought would kind of go with the colors and the themes of this. I got at Hobby Lobby last week or the week before they have these packs by their paper pads that are like 50 miscellaneous sheets of scrapbook paper for their regular price of $3.99, and they were half off. So 50 sheets for $2. So I'm not going to do that math right now. I haven't had nearly enough coffee, but I mean, stinking cheap. And I bought them because I don't have a really large variety of scrapbook papers, and I tend to really kind of pigeonhole myself. You know, I always buy dots, or I always buy like chevron stuff, or flourishes. I love flourishes and damask stuff. So those are kind of where I always end up, and I never venture outside of that zone. But then when I'm crafting, I'm like, oh, if I would have a striped paper, that would be great. And I can't find anything. So that's why I bought those packs. I bought two, and there was quite a bit of duplication in them, but some nice diversification also. So these are all from those two packs. These are vellum, and it's like I think it's just one sheet here. Yeah. As you can see, you kind of see through it. And I don't know if you can see that design, but it's almost like a marble, and it's like that kind of coffee color. So I thought that would be really nice inside of signatures. I'll probably cut it in half and use it this way, but we'll see what happens. We'll get there in a minute. And then this is the paper that's inside of our journal. And so I tried to kind of pick up these colors in these other pages. So there's this stripe, that's the navy. This kind of mottled brown, I just thought would be nice. Probably an ephemera, honestly, to kind of go along, kind of matches the cover. The pink polka dot, I'm not sure about this one. And then the navy dot. So that's what we've got there. And then I also, of course, still have this whole paper pad to work with that is all coffee themed. So let's get started. What'd you say? I think, okay, so this spine is 2 inches, okay? And usually from what I've seen and done with signatures, you want to leave a little space in between each one so that you have room to add your different things to it. So I'm thinking if we do 4 signatures, and I'll probably keep them relatively thin. So, sorry guys, I'm kind of doing like some mathy kind of stuff in my head. So here's our center right here, okay? I don't really love this ruler because the marks within the 1st inch are fine. So like here's our 1/2 inch mark. And then I don't really love that spacing. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in, say a 1/4 inch, a 1/2 inch, and then a 1/4 inch and a 1/2 inch. See, and that's still, but that would leave room. We could actually do 5 signatures. Do we want to do 5 signatures? You know what? Let's go crazy. Let's do 5 signatures. Let's just do it, okay? So we have that marked there. I tend to kind of draw just a real light line down so I have a real solid guide for later on. I don't know, I'm still not super crazy about that spacing. feel like these two need to move in a little bit. Okay. Sorry guys, see this is part of it sometimes. It's just figuring out like what you're doing and where it all goes. Okay. I'm going to go about midway between those two. Yeah, I like that better. And that'll allow for a little more space in between them as well. Okay. And those are all really going to be covered up by the signatures and stuff. So nobody's even really going to see those. If it really bothers you, you can always erase them after you mark your dots of where you're going to sew them in. But I'm not even going to do that yet because we are not there. I just wanted to get a count of how many signatures we want to do. So here we go. So we're going to do 5 signatures. We also need to measure. Sorry guys, told you I haven't had a whole lot of coffee this morning. Let's fix that. Okay, so if we look at this, let's measure in inches because that's how I am. So our cover is about 4 3/4. I lose my pencil. I did. I'll grab a scrap here. It's 4.75 inches wide. And then about 7.25 inches long. Now, so we know our standard sheets of paper are 8.5 by 11, right? 4. So if we're looking at a piece of fold it that way, yeah, that way we can keep it well within, and that leaves us plenty of space to do stuff on the edges as well. Okay, so that's what we'll do, is we'll do like this, but then we want them, I'm gonna go with 6 3/4 long is what I'm gonna do. Let's cut one and see what we think. Okay, all right, first let's choose our signature covers. I really do think I want to do this one for one. Do we want to do the pink, or is that too bright? I think that's too bright. Let's do 2 different navies. 2. The vellum is not going to be a cover. Okay, so let's pick 3 out of here. Okay, not that one. Is that one inside? We're going to do that. Not that one. Do we want to do the macarons? I think this one for sure. That kind of echoes the vellum too. Let's pull that one out. We're going to do this one instead of that one. No. Oh, we already have so much. Let's do this one instead of the navy polka dot. What do you say? I like that one. Let's do that. I might end up with more than 5 chosen, and we'll have to narrow it down a little bit here. I kind of want to pull that pink in too. Okay, let's see what we've got. Because I know I have more than enough. Okay. This one for sure, because when this folds, that's going to be so cute. Well, is that going to be too... That might not work. Okay, we'll use this one for some ephemera or something though. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's pull that green one. Where's that green one? That I'm thinking of. Not that one. That one, but then I don't have. I know I saw a green one. There it is. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what we're gonna do. All right, there we go. There's our signature covers. These guys, we're just gonna set these aside because we are going to use them in this journal, just not for the signatures, or for the signature covers anyway, okay? So, there we go. Lots of silly ambiguity on my part, and I apologize for that. All right, that goes in the scrap bin. Okay, so what we want to do, first and foremost, we need to cut these guys down, okay? And I want to make sure, I'm going to put these two on top because they are directional, and I want to make sure that I keep their direction going the way it needs to. I'm not super great with that sometimes. So, I have a little bit of a mess going here, y'all. I have worked myself right out of room. Let me do a quick little scooch. Let me put that away. We aren't going to need that today. And let's move this stuff up so we can pull this out. See, there we go. Yay. All right. So we want this to be 8.5 inches. Line them up. And I'm cutting all 4 of these at once. I'll have to do it a few times, but push down. There we go. These guys we're going to save. So 8.5 by, what did we decide? See, I forgot already. 6 3/4. I think that should be plenty long for these, because this is kind of going to be a little chunky monkey. There we go. Save these. And there we go. Now, this is where we hope and pray that my math is right, okay? Because sometimes I'm kind of a ding-dong. All right, so we're going to bend this, and you got to be, these are cardstock. And so I tend to take them and kind of half bend them a little bit to make sure that I get them lined up correctly, because I'm bad with cardstock, especially with it just kind of like doing its own thing. Smudge, no, honey. See, she wants to come visit again today. Apparently, she's a YouTube cat. Let me find my little card here that I use instead of a bone folder, because I don't have a bone folder and I'm not buying one. I'd rather spend that money on supplies otherwise, and this works just fine. Okay, let me find my cover here, and let's see what we think. Oh yes, see, and it looks a little small, but once we add more papers in here and things like that, this is really going to chunk right up. And then if we do any lace or fabric on the sides, yeah, that turned out super cute. Okay, so let's do the rest of these. I'm doing all 4 of them at once. Might not be the best idea I've ever had, but let's fly by the seat of our pants here, y'all. What do you say? Let's get these done. Okay. So there's 1. Oh, I'm so excited. This is so cute. Oh, I'm sorry. I've been battling this little, like, just the sniffles. Just the sniffles is it. And it's driving me crazy. And I don't know, so we need to start thinking about how many pages we want in each signature, okay? You don't want too many, because if you have too many, then you really get, it's like, I've heard it referred to as an alligator mouth, which, I'm going to use this as an example. I've told you guys I've gone a little overboard with this particular journal. It's not done yet, but as you can see, it's, you know, it's got a heck of a spread on it. And so that's one thing you run up against when you use too many pages. But you don't want to use too few either, because you want it to be useful and beautiful. So, let me think about that while we cut some more. Okay, so there's those, and then we need to cut this guy to 6 3/4. There we go. Again, save this piece for later. Set this aside, because I'm still going to need this guy. Okay. And this is just regular scrapbook paper, so it does fold quite a bit easier. But I still want to be really careful because, see, I cut kind of crooked that time, but I'm going to pretend that that's not a thing for the moment. Anyway, I'll probably trim it later. Trying not to be too perfect. Okay, so what do we think? I always look at the order, but we're not there yet. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We might do it this guy, this guy, this guy. I like that. Okay, sorry. I'm a little neurotic. I've warned you. Okay, so these guys, I told you, I think I just want to cut in half. So that we can use these in some of these signatures. Okay, so half of 11 is 5 1/2. Pretty sure. Double check me on that. If I'm wrong, let me know. 5 1/2. Oh, line this up, because otherwise you get crooked cuts. Okay, so there's those. And then, so basically, okay, so here's how I tend to do this, okay? I tend to pull, trying to kind of keep things a little out of the way. I know I have 5 signatures, so I'm going to need, if we do 5 different papers folded in half, that would give us 10 sheets per signature. That's a pretty good size. We may not need that many, but let's see, okay? So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one I'll save and I'll use that, rip that up later. Okay, so there's one. The book pages, these I'll probably either put in like this, so that way the print is up, and then we'll see. Okay, we're definitely going to use these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I have ideas for those. Okay. The way my brain just runs on its own little thing. I'm going to use this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm not going to use these because I'm going to use these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And doilies. Let's see what we got here. 2, 3, 5. Good. There we have, some different sizes. So that'll be nice. Okay. Let's get these out of the way. A little scrap pile up here. Okay. So I'm kind of gonna make a stack over here. These guys need to be cut what are we looking at? 8.5 by 11. So we needed 4.75 inches. So this side is the fold. I'm going to stick it in here so I'm not cutting the fold because that would be silly. So we need 4.75. No, see, I almost did it. I almost cut the fold off. No, the fold needs to go this way because I don't want to cut the fold off. Oi, you guys, goodness. Thank you for dealing with me and my little weirdo-ness. Okay, so here we go. Cut. Keep these scraps for later because, oh, we'll do all kinds of fun stuff with this. Okay. And then it needs to be 6.75 inches long. So line them up. I know this is boring, guys. Sorry. Yeah, just do this. Save those. No, so cute. Okay. I think. Now see what happened there? What did I do? I cut those 8.5 by 11. I did my math wrong. That's like a 1/2 inch. What did I do? That's centimeters. That doesn't help. 4.25. 4.25. Told you guys, math is just hard for me today. Oh. So let's try this again. 4.25. You know, I'm not even going to cut that off because we can just fold that in. We can just fold that in. It's fine. But for future reference, the correct measurement is 4.25. So let's try that again. What'd you say? These guys are already 8.5 by 11. So these just need to be 6.75. So 6 3/4. Oh, now they'll put them all the right way. Feel free to laugh at me, you guys. I do it all the time. See, and again, I've got to remember that I'm cutting off the part that's over there, and I want to keep these. I'm probably not even in frame. Oh. As always, a Hot Mess Express is rolling through. Okay. There we go. Keep those. We've got these guys. Let's fold them. Set those aside for the time being. These, let's see. Oh, they're fine. Oh, they're just slightly too long. Just slightly. Okay. So I'm just going to cut that little bit off. And these are just going to go in my little smidgens pile there. And these, I'm going to go ahead and fold them in half. They're going to be like little half pages. See? Look at that. So cute. And these guys are already the right width. Thank goodness, because that's not my strong suit today. Length. 6.75. Make sure I'm lined up. Oh, okay. Save those. Okay, guys, I think we're done with the cutting. You're probably at least as relieved as I am, right? Am I staying in frame? Well, kind of. I need another drink, though. Sorry. I apologize. This, my tongue, I told you yesterday I bit my tongue, like, so hard that I have a huge blister on the side. Oh, my goodness, you guys. I can't hardly eat. I can't hardly drink. I have been surviving on soup and coffee, essentially, the last few days. And I'm so over it. It is better today, thank goodness. But I'm super over it. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Here's this stack. We're going to take these guys. 1, 2, 3. Not enough room because I have a mess. 4, 5, right? So then we're going to go, whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is obviously not the order that they're going to be in. This is just to get them separated out so we can get the signatures put together. Okay? So we have, oh, see, that's 2. I can't even count this morning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if you guys are like, you know, super new and super don't know how to coffee dye and things like that. I mean, I didn't really. I figured it couldn't really be that hard. Just based on, you know, I don't know, tie-dyeing things as a teenager. But there are some really great YouTube videos out there. I know Gail has one. I know Medieval Mirage has one. And hers is about like with limited space and stuff, which I thought was kind of interesting. Oh goodness, Mrs. Cogs I think has one. There's so many. There are so many out there. You can find them easily enough. But you know, I watched, I don't know, probably at least 3 or 4 different ones before I really started coffee dyeing anything, because I always want to make sure I do things correctly. I didn't want to set my house on fire. I didn't want to ruin a bunch of paper. It's just paper. It's not that big of a deal, but it is what it is, right? Okay. So, see these guys, I'm just going to hold down the center too. Ugh, they're not even close to like even. But so anyway, so watch some videos and really, you know, familiarize yourself with the process and give it a shot. I mean, if you're not a coffee drinker, I drink all my coffee that I make generally. So I actually bought a little jar of instant coffee from the Dollar Tree and used that. And then I found in my cabinet, you guys, it was in the back of my cabinet. We moved into this house almost 6 years ago. And this thing of like ground espresso had been in the back of my cabinet. It expired, I think, in 2017. Obviously, I did not clean out cabinets and stuff while I was in school at all. I was too busy. I have 5 kids. I was working full time and taking a full course load. I did not have time to declutter cabinets. I need to do that now. But anyway, so I just brewed that in my coffee pot, and I threw, in one of the videos I watched, I can't remember whose it was, but in one of the videos I watched, you know what, guys, let me grab, I think I have one more piece of vellum over here. One second. Well, I don't have any more of that exact one. But how about this guy? This guy's cute. Okay, sorry, one more cut. Anyway, so what I was saying is, I used that and brewed it up. In one of the videos I watched, someone had also, they had used coffee and tea both. So I took a bunch while the coffee was brewing and let it sit for a while, and it made a really, really nice shade to coffee dye with. I'm actually really thrilled with. What did I just do? Well, it doesn't matter. It's fine. See, I can't talk and measure at the same time. Whew. Okay. Anyways, so that's what I did. I got a thing of like 100 tea bags at the Dollar Tree for $1 because I'm not going to drink it, so I don't care what it tastes like. I just want the color from it. So that's what you can do with that. And then, you can do this stuff easily. Another drink, guys, sorry. Okay, so let's start putting these together. Where am I on time? Oh, 39 minutes. Okay. We're not going to get these done today. That's okay. So this I want in the center. Okay. And then 2. See, and we're going to do it kind of like this. Let's do this guy. I really like using, you know, the varied textures, colors, sizes, shapes, all that sort of thing. I really think it adds so much to these. Let's do this one. I'm going to try and switch it up a little bit for these. Okay, so here's this one. See? This guy's a little white, but we'll fix that later. Let me find, I've got a clip here. Just clip that guy together. Okay, one. Done. I do want the vellum, I think, in the center of all of them. I just think it makes a nice little, so let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this guy too big? This guy's too big. What do we want to do about that? You know what we could do? Put this on here. We could put him on the outside. I don't like that. Let's set this guy aside and I'll think about him. He may not need a doily. You know what? He doesn't need a doily. No big deal. No big deal. There's 2. So it looks like for each of these signatures, we're looking at what, 6-ish pages. See, this guy's crooked. It's okay. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, 6 sheets. So we're looking at 12 pages per signature. So 24 sides. That's depending on if you count the doilies and the vellum. Some people do, some people don't. Personal choice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Last one. We've got 1. I don't think we've done this guy in the center yet. Or in the, as the first thingy. You know what I mean. 2, 3, 4. I coffee dyed this on an old pizza pan, so it made little dots. Isn't that cool? Total aside, not related. Super to what we're doing here. 5. Okay. So, that's what we've got done today. It really shouldn't take that long, you guys, but I was being really indecisive and I can't measure. So, as you can see, these guys shut out, but we're going to fold those in. Okay, I may do that off camera and you'll just see it tomorrow. But this is what we've got so far. We've got 5 signatures. And that's going to go in here. Doesn't look like much yet, does it? But man, we are making some progress. So tomorrow what we'll do is we will sew in our signatures, and I probably won't do all 5 on camera because that's probably pretty boring. So I may have part of them done already before we start. But we'll do that, and then we will start try and start decorating maybe tomorrow. So what we've got today, we've got 5 different sheets of scrapbook paper, right? So if we're going at $0.25 a piece, which we know that these all did not cost me $0.25, but let's just say they did. Okay, that's $1.25 for those. And we have so many scraps for ephemera, it's not even funny. And then paper, all this paper, let's say I spent 15 cents on, okay? So we're looking at $1.50, give or take, for 5 signatures. Not bad. So far, our cover was 75 cents. Our signatures are $1.50. So far, our journal has cost us, what are we looking at here? $2.25. Not bad, right, guys? So, anyways, thanks so much for coming back with me today. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys are enjoying this series, and I hope you'll get something out of it. If you have any questions or suggestions, especially for decorating the cover, I'd love to see what you guys have to say about this. Suggestions, comments, questions, anything, let me know. Comment down for me below. I try and answer comments as quick as I can. Subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up because it gives me a cool little thrill and makes me want to keep doing it. Share with your friends. So if there's anything else that you want to see, if you have questions or comments, let me know. I'm repeating myself, so I'm going to go because I got to go take my kid to the doctor anyway. So I'll see you later, guys. Bye.